Good evening, boys and girls. It's time for another bedtime story with Miss Alonso. I know that you may remember when I read you the story about the day the crayons came home after Duncan had left all the crayons all over the place and they went through some very traumatic experiences. He promised to take very good care of them and made them their own little home inside of his house so that they would have a better life after everything that they had went through. Well, just like after Christmas break, when Miss Alonso gives my boys and girls a new box of crayons, we talk about how we need to still take care of our other crayons that we got at the beginning of the year, and also how we need to care for these new crayons, which also we relate to how we treat one another and take care of each other and ourselves in the classroom too. Well, in this story, Duncan needs another reminder because some of the crayons become very unhappy and want to quit because they just were not down with that sort of thing and they were not happy. And I think as I read, you will see why they are not very happy throughout this story. So they end up writing him some letters. And in this story, it takes place at school. So these are his crayons that he keeps at school in his desk. So usually I get to read this to my boys and girls. So I'm glad I get to read this to everyone tonight. And I hope you enjoy this story as much as I do. I know Dandelion Yellow is still heartbroken that I'm no longer part of the crayon color series anymore, and just breaks my heart. So I can really relate to my friends in this story as they go on strike against Duncan. This one is called The Day the Crayons Quit. One day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. Miss Alonso has loved checking the mail and getting letters from my boys and girls, and I hope that they've enjoyed getting my letters too. These say to Duncan. I have seen Miss Alonso flat teacher Bitmoji. We have been to a sleepover and I've made a fort, and I just cannot wait to see what else we get to do together. I love receiving letters. I don't think Duncan is going to be as happy when he opens his. Hey Duncan, it's me, Red Crayon. We need to talk. You make me work harder than any of your other crayons. All year long, I wear myself out coloring fire engines, apples, strawberries, and everything else that's red. I even work on holidays. I have to color all the Santas at Christmas and all the hearts on Valentine's Day. I need a rest. Your overworked friend, Red Crayon. Poor Red Crayon. He doesn't even get a break on holidays. And we use Red Crayon a lot even in math. What a beautiful fire truck and all those hearts and Santa. But look at Red Crayon. He's broke out in a sweat. He has a pool of sweat. Dear Duncan, all right, listen. I love that I'm your favorite crayon for grapes, dragons, and wizards hats, but it makes me crazy that so much of my gorgeous color goes outside the lines. If you don't start coloring inside the lines soon, I'm going to completely lose it. Your very neat friend, Purple Crayon. I know Purple Crayon is so glad to be in my classroom because first graders know how to color in the lines. Look at that neat handwriting too. Look at the purple dragon and the wizard with his purple wizard hat, and they are both enjoying some purple grapes. Dear Duncan, I'm tired of being called light brown or dark tan because I am neither. I am beige and I am proud. I am also tired of being second place to Mr. Brown Crayon, who gets all the bears, ponies, and puppies, while the only things I get are turkey dinners, if I'm lucky, and wheat. And let's be honest, when was the last time you saw a kid excited about coloring wheat? Your beige friend, Beige Crayon. Poor Beige Crayon. Oh, he's so sad because look, when you color wheat, that's not a lot. Oh, that makes me sad. I can relate to Dandelion Yellow. Duncan, Gray Crayon here. You're killing me. I know you love elephants, and I know that elephants are gray, but that's a lot of space to color in all by myself. And don't even get me started on your rhinos, hippos, and humpback whales. You know how tired I am after handling one of those things? Such big animals. Baby penguins are gray, so are very tiny rocks, pebbles. How about one of those once in a while to give me a break? Your very tired friend, Gray Crayon. Here he is. He's just begging. Can we just please color some little gray pebbles and rocks or little gray penguins? But look at the elephant and the rhino and the hippo. Wow, that is a lot of gray, but those are some beautiful pictures. That looks like pictures my boys and girls draw and color for me in class. Dear Duncan, you color with me, but why? Most of the time, I'm the same color as the page you're using me on. Do you know what color? White. If I didn't have a black outline, you wouldn't even know I was there. I'm not even in the rainbow. I'm only used to color snow or to fill in empty space between other things, and it leaves me feeling, well, empty. We need to talk. Your empty friend, White Crayon. Oh, but white looks so beautiful on that black construction paper. I see what White Crayon is saying, though, because it says White Cat in the Snow by Duncan. You can't even see it. The only thing you can see is the eyes and the nose and the whiskers and a little bit of the mouth. You can't even see anything over here. Poor White Crayon. Hi, Duncan. I hate being used to draw the outline of things. Things that are colored in by other colors, all of which think they're brighter than me. It's not fair when you use me to draw a nice beach ball and then fill in the colors of the ball with all the other crayons. How about a black beach ball sometime? Is that too much to ask? Your friend, Black Crayon. Oh, I get why Black Crayon's a little upset. I would not want to just be used as an outline and then all the other colors fill me in. So he says, what about a black beach ball or rainbow or even swimsuits? Please use me for something more than just an outline. I think Black and White Crayon can both relate. Dear Duncan, as Green Crayon, I am writing for 2 reasons. One is to say that I like my workloads of crocodiles, trees, dinosaurs, and frogs. I have no problems and wish to congratulate you on a very successful coloring things green career so far. The second reason I write is for my friends Yellow Crayon and Orange Crayon, who are no longer speaking to one another. Both crayons feel they should be the color of the sun. Please settle this soon because they're driving the rest of us crazy. Your happy friend, Green Crayon. I thought Orange and Yellow Crayon, when they had melted together, told Duncan that he could color the sun whatever color he wanted. He could color it green for all they cared, but apparently time has gone by and they have forgotten that, and Green Crayon's trying to make things better. What a beautiful green dinosaur and crocodile. Green is happy with everything it's getting to be colored with, but there is that yellow and orange fussing. They're not even talking to each other, and Green Crayon is trying to solve the problem. I still think that yellow should be the color of the sun. Dandelion yellow would be even better. It's brighter. Dear Duncan, Yellow Crayon here. I need to tell you that Orange Crayon thinks that he is the color of the sun, and I would tell him that I am, but we are no longer speaking. And I can prove I'm the color of the sun too. Last Tuesday, you used me to color in the sun on your Happy Farm coloring book. In case you've forgotten, it's on page 7. You can't miss me. I'm shining down brilliantly on a field of yellow corn. Your pal and the true color of the sun, Yellow Crayon. It's really hard to see Yellow Crayon's letter, but what beautiful coloring you see here on page 7. He did use yellow for the sun on page 7. Orange Crayon does not look too pleased over there, but Yellow is saying, hey, That's me on page 7. I need you to tell Orange Crayon I'm the real color of the sun. I would tell him, but I am not talking to him. Dear Duncan, I see Yellow Crayon already talked to you, the big whiner. Anyway, could you please tell Mr. Tattletale that he is not the color of the sun? I would, but we're no longer speaking. We both know that I am clearly the color of the sun because on Thursday, you used me to color the sun on both the Monkey Island and the Meet the Zookeeper pages in your Day at the Zoo coloring book. Orange, you glad I'm here? Ha! Your pal and the real color of the sun, Orange Crayon. Well, he did use Orange Crayon on those 2 pages, but I don't know. I kind of think that I was on those pages and then Orange Crayon went right on top of me. What do you think? I think he colored over me. The sun is not orange, it's yellow. Goodness. Dear Duncan, it has been great being your favorite color this past year and the year before and the year before that. I've really enjoyed all those oceans, lakes, rivers, raindrops, rain clouds, and clear skies. But the bad news is that I am so short and stubby, I can't even see over the railing in the crayon box anymore. I need a break. Your very stubby friend, Blue Crayon. Well, blue is such a beautiful color. That's my favorite color besides yellow. Oh, look at the ocean and the rain clouds and the rain and the river. Oh, but look, there's stubby Blue Crayon. Oh, it does need a little break. Look how little blue is. That's what our crayons look like by Christmas time. That's why Miss Alonso gives a new box of crayons after Christmas, but we still want to take care of little Blue Crayon. He just needs a break. Duncan, okay, listen here, kid. You have not used me once in the past year. It's because you think I'm a girl's color, isn't it? Speaking of which, please tell your little sister I said thank you for using me to color her in her Little Princess coloring book. I think she did a fabulous job of staying inside the lines. Now, back to us. Could you please use me sometime to color the occasional pink dinosaur or monster or cowboy? I mean, goodness knows they could use a splash of color. Your unused friend, Pink Crayon. Pink is such a beautiful color. It's not just a girly color. Oh, look at that. Pink dinosaur and monster and even the pink cowboy. And his little sister did a fabulous job coloring in the lines. I agree with Pink Crayon. But Pink Crayon wants to be used by Duncan too. Hey, Duncan. It's me, Peach Crayon. Why did you peel my paper wrapping? Now I'm naked and too embarrassed to leave the crayon box. I don't even have any underwear. How would you like it if you had to go to school naked? I need some clothes. Help! Your naked friend, Peach Crayon. We have to talk about this all the time at school. Please do not peel their wrapping paper off. It gets all over the floor and then the crayons are naked. That is very cold. Would you want to be in our classroom? You know, Miss Alonso freezes all day long. Can you imagine your poor little crayons? Bless their hearts. Look at it. Poor little Peach Crayon. Somebody needs to get him a towel. We need to get him some masking tape. I've got some masking tape right here. I'll have to make him a towel. Well, poor Duncan just wanted to color. And of course he wanted his crayons to be happy. And that gave him an idea. Look at all these letters he opened. He hadn't even been able to start coloring. He had to read all of these letters from his crayons. He wanted to color, but he also wants his crayons to be happy. He needed a reminder. When Duncan showed his teacher his new picture, she gave him an A for coloring. Look at this beautiful picture he drew. I see he used more pink. He didn't use as much red. He just did a little bit with the blue. Easy on the gray, very little gray. I see that the beach ball got to be black. There's a little black on the ship. Just gray penguins. The whale is orange or peach instead of that gray. I still see green. Green likes to be used, as you know. Green was happy, so he used more green. And then black didn't just get to be an outline, it got to be the rainbow. So I think he's made all of his crayons very happy. What a beautiful picture. And I love the pink airplane. Look at that. So beautiful. He got an A for coloring and an A+ for creativity. This makes me think of last night's story, the Book of Mistakes, where by the end we realized that what we were seeing were all the ideas that were in the little girl's mind as she was creating this beautiful piece. And as she was making mistakes, she was turning those mistakes into something beautiful. Well, Duncan used everything that his crayon shared with him to make something very beautiful and creative. So now the crayons no longer want to quit. They're okay with what happened at the end, and they're happy again. Sometimes we need that little reminder that we have to listen to one another and think about how we're taking care of not just ourselves and our things, but also each other. So I completely understand why the crayons wanted to quit and go on strike. But what I love about Duncan is he is always trying to make it right and help make his crayons happy, which is very sweet because in our classroom, I see boys and girls do that all the time. They are always reaching out and trying to help one another. And if someone else is frustrated or they're struggling with something, they help cheer them on or share ideas or give them a tip on how they could make something work or something that they could do to make it even better, which is what I love. And that's just because our classroom is built that way. That's our family unit. We can critique one another and share ideas, and we learn a lot from each other. So I love this story, The Day the Crayons Quit. As you know, they ended up coming back together, and Duncan made everything right at the end. But I promised my boys and girls I would read this one too. So I hope that you all enjoyed this story. I love the crayon book series. They are so funny, and as dandelion was one of my favorite colors, I love to read these even more because I always share with my boys and girls, you know, Miss Alonso's favorite color is blue, but one of my favorite crayon colors was the dandelion yellow that they retired. So they think it's pretty funny that Miss Alonso gets emotional about crayons in the classroom, and they take very good care of their crayons too. Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed tonight's story. I would love to hear from you. What is your favorite crayon color in your crayon box? Do you like to color with crayons or colored pencils or markers? I have several boys and girls I have seen painting. I had some sweet kiddos today I saw were painting and made treasure maps and did all sorts of neat creative artwork throughout their day. So please share those with me. I cannot wait to hear what your favorite color is, and I hope that this helped you get ready for bed, and I cannot wait to read to you again on Monday. On Monday, I have a pretty silly book called If You Give a Pig a Pancake, and I don't know about you, but I love some pancakes, and I love breakfast, even for dinner time. So I can't wait to read that to you on Monday. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you soon. Sweet dreams. Good night.